Good morning, everyone. What's popping out of my garden? I'm going to show you. Let's take a really quick scan. It's been a long time since we've been talking about or if I've showed you my garden. So let me show you what we're working with so far, and then we'll talk about it. Alrighty. So that's a scan of what we're looking at. And now we are about to go into a little bit more detail about my small porch garden. So on my small porch garden, we start out with peppers. We have 3 different types of peppers right here. So I am not quite certain if this first pepper that we're looking at, I'm not certain if it's a green chili pepper or a jalapeno, but for some reason I'm thinking it's green chili. So let's take a look at it. There's tons of fruit and flowers. So this is turning out to be a prolific plant, and it also appears as if I have it in the right area. So that's good to know. This is a Havasu pepper. This also appears to be in a good spot. It seems to be prolific. It definitely has fruit. It has tons of flowers on it as well. I will say part of this gardening thing is to learn from experience, right? So this is my first year growing these Havasu peppers. I've eaten them several times as they look like this. You know, they look like the same color like we normally see banana peppers. These are not banana peppers. My understanding is that they change color. So I don't think I like them this color. So I'm going to see if they develop on in color, and if the development of the color means increase in flavor. All right, I have another type of pepper here, Mexibel. This Mexibel pepper, what I'm learning compared to the other ones, is obviously in the wrong spot. I might need to move this a little forward so it could be in this nice little area that has sun here, because its growth is stunted compared to its other compadres, right? Celery's back here. There's a little bit of a coleus. These 2 things are moringa plants. These moringa plants came from these cells. So these are 12 little cells. When I purchased this, it had 12 moringa seeds in it. At the bottom of this is at the top, so it serves somewhat as like a little greenhouse, and it sprouted out of the 12. I think probably about 4 or 5 of them sprouted. I didn't really care for it that well. Today was the first day I even moved them from this cell, and I just moved them. I didn't even water them, so I need to hurry up and water it. And we'll be able to see how this develops, and if I've been able to help bring it back from near death. Here we have 7 more minutes. Here we have kohlrabi. This has been in the ground for almost a year now. I think it'll be in the ground for almost in a year in September. It's just now bulbing. I have no idea what this means, but we'll see if this is something that I even try for next year. So this is all about experimenting, right? You will see some damage here from the cabbage looper worms, but there are currently no cabbage loopers on them. I have my little kitty cats out here. They totally chase down the moths. I've noticed that in these areas that the cats have a little bit more access to, I have less cabbage looper damage than something that may be growing behind. Oh, look, I lied. Look, there's a cabbage looper. You see that? So let's peel them off. Get out of here! That's why it's really important every day to go through your plants, assess the damage, take off what you need to take off so that you have a fighting chance. You just aren't giving your food away to the insects. We can share, you just can't take things over and it all be yours. All right? Down here we have pineapple tomatillos and Aunt Molly's ground cherries. Here we have the kumquat tree that appears to be doing pretty good, actually. It's prolific. It is. Hopefully, most of the blooms and most of the kumquats actually stay on and they just don't fall off like they do with the lemons. Here's the lemon. It seems to be doing okay. This is my first year. I don't know how many of these lemons are actually going to stay, but it had a lot of little lemons like the kumquat tree, but most of them have fallen off, and now I'm left with these new little ones. So we'll see how this works. Down here we have some corn, some sugar snap peas, some Brussels sprouts. We have sunflowers. I think it's about to blossom. More sunflowers down there. They've come out between the slats. Oh, look. We have a praying mantis, I suppose. Can you see that? Let's check that out. Do you see it? Good morning. You can stay there. I guess you're good. I don't know if it's a praying mantis or a grasshopper. I'm not certain. Maybe a grasshopper, and I don't know if they're supposed to be here. So, I don't think that's a praying mantis. So I think I'm going to flick the grasshopper. All right, I'm going to do this on camera. So if this winds up being entertainment, it'll be interesting. Oh God, oh God. Well, it's gone now. Green beans. We have some green beans going on down here. These green beans are absolutely delicious. Malabar spinach. This is delicious as well. This is really good. This Malabar spinach is really good. It has a flavor similar to like the Black Beauty, the smell that you get from the squash. Well, this Malabar spinach seems to taste like it. It's good. Has an interesting texture to it. This might, I don't know for sure what these are. I planted some lemon drop watermelons, so we'll see if they're lemon drop watermelons or if they're cantaloupes. Who knows what they'll turn out to be. So we'll just watch. Here's my Owari Satsuma orange. Here are my tomatoes. They're doing pretty good. Different variety of tomatoes. That's a purple Cherokee tomato there. I've got a couple of those on there. They go across, they go over the balcony as well. That and the dill. The dill is blossoming. Here is my nectarine tree. We don't have a lot of nectarines, but again, this is my first year for nectarines. But they are starting to change color. So we have about 4 nectarines on the tree, and they're just now changing colors. All right. Here's my gardening disaster. This makes the 3rd year, actually. This hasn't quite worked out. So my blueberries, I think I'm just going to pull them because it doesn't seem to be working for me. I can't figure it out successfully. They look good, and then all of a sudden something like this happens. Catnip and more dill, peppers and green beans are down here. A Jenny kiwi, a self-pollinating kiwi here. Sugar snap peas. Brussels sprouts are still back there. I never really pulled them. I just let them hang out until they decided they want to pass away. Back here is Jamaican hibiscus and mint. And there should be some lemongrass around there somewhere as well. More tomatoes. This is, I think it's either a purple sweet potato or Okinawan sweet potato, but that's what these are. And that seems to be doing pretty good there, so that's interesting. more flowers, or down here are flowers. Flowers. I am hoping that these are poppies and not sunflowers, but if they are, I'll accept whatever surprise I get. Now, my squash. I'm not sure what kind of squash this is. I don't know if it's a pumpkin, kombucha squash. I don't know what this is. But I don't know if this, you see here? I don't know if this is going to make it. It seems to be that it's going to turn yellow and fall off. But these are my first